What if I told you the biggest opportunity for faster growth on YouTube isn't hidden in your SEO strategy or even in your editing, but in one of the most overlooked parts of the YouTube algorithm that most creators are getting completely wrong? That's why in this video we're going to learn about 3 of the most crucial things when it comes to YouTube growth. Number 1, the biggest opportunity for growth on YouTube. Number 2, how to use the browse formula to dominate the homepage and suggested feed. And number 3, the laziest way to get more views faster. Now, you probably don't realise that over 75% of YouTube traffic comes from browse, YouTube's homepage and recommendations, not from search. So if you're spending a lot of time optimising titles, keywords and other metadata for search, you're missing where the real growth happens. Think about the last time you searched for something on YouTube. You typed in your question, clicked a video, skipped to the part you needed and left. No subscription, no likes, and you probably don't even remember who made the video. And that's the problem with search-focused content. It solves an immediate need but does nothing to build a connection. But to understand the strategy that we're about to dive into, you have to realise that people come to YouTube for at least one of these 3 things: entertainment, education and encouragement. But I think there's a 4th element that people come to YouTube for, and that's connection. Because as humans, that's the one thing that we have a deep longing for. In fact, it's scientifically proven that it's wired within us, that sense for a feeling of community. You see, I think most creators overlook the fact that the majority of people on YouTube aren't typing questions into the search bar, they're mainly just scrolling the homepage and basically treating YouTube like Netflix, waiting for something to grab their attention. So while most creators are obsessing over SEO and keywords, they're actually missing the biggest opportunity for growth on YouTube. And I saw this on my own channel. A few years ago, I uploaded a tutorial on Logic Pro, specifically made for search. It did okay, it got about 55,000 views from Google search, but those viewers came, got their answer, and left. Barely any engagement and very slow and limited growth. Fast forward to now, and my latest videos built using the browse formula are doing something completely different. They're bringing in more views, faster growth, and more engaged subscribers because they're built for browse. And I'm not the only one seeing this, other creators are seeing it too, proving that focusing on browse isn't just working for big creators, it's working for anyone that knows how to do it. Relying on search means that you're playing the waiting game, but with browse you're not waiting, because YouTube puts your videos directly in front of the people who actually want to see them. And the best part about this is that when your videos perform in browse, they often outrank search-focused content in search anyway. That's because YouTube prioritizes videos that are already proven to attract and satisfy viewers. But how do you make videos that dominate in browse? Well, Netflix once ran a game-changing study which found users spend just 1.8 seconds deciding whether to watch a title. That's it. And YouTube works the exact same way. So if the majority of people are coming to YouTube to browse and you only have 1.8 seconds to grab their attention, how do you make videos that are so irresistible that they have to click? This is where the browse formula comes in, which is basically a simple system that I've put together to help your videos get more visibility on the YouTube homepage and recommendations, and it's built on 3 pillars: the idea, the packaging, and optimization. And when you nail these 3 pillars, the YouTube algorithm begins to work for you, pushing your content to the right audience again and again. But how do you put these 3 pillars into action to help grow your YouTube channel consistently? Well, after about 2,000 hours of studying and creating on YouTube, I've learned this. If you validate and refine your idea before hitting record, your video is almost guaranteed to perform better. And there are 4 steps to validating an idea. The first one is to look at proven ideas. You can study videos related to your idea in your niche that have outperformed other videos related to your idea. And these videos that have outperformed are basically called outliers. But once you've identified them, you want to look at the packaging. Why did the title and thumbnail get your attention? Then you can look at the hook. How did the video hook you in from the start? Like, what was said in the intro? How was the video set up? Then you can look at the flow of the video. How did the pacing, storytelling or structure keep you engaged? And finally, you look at the delivery. Did the creator's energy or charisma play a role? Then ask yourself, how can I take this outlier idea and make it even better? And the second one is to leverage viewer feedback. Now, there's a quick method that I call audience insight mining, which allows you to find what your audience really wants from your videos. And this works by checking the comments section on those high performing videos and checking what the viewers loved. Was it the clarity, the actionable advice, or the creator's editing maybe? And what the viewers felt was missing. Did they want more examples, better visuals, or maybe timestamps to help them find the sections better? So basically your job is to double down on the things the viewers thought were amazing and fix the things that the viewers thought were missing. And the third thing is to tap into online communities. So basically you want to go to where your audience hangs out, maybe that's Reddit, Facebook groups or forums, and look for problems that they're struggling with by searching phrases like "I need help with," "How do I," "What's the best," and so on. Now I'll link to a list of phrases down below that you can use, but these posts are gold mines for video ideas because they show exactly what your audience cares about and exactly what your audience needs. Now the fourth thing is to think about the timing of your video. Now timing can sometimes make or break a video, but you can use tools like Google Trends to spot when interest in your topic is peaking. And by publishing just before that wave hits, you can basically ride the trend to get higher views. Now there's plenty of different ways that you can jump on a trend, but the two that I like to look at are seasonal opportunities. For example, January is all about New Year, New Me. And secondly, you can capitalize on niche specific events like product launches, big news, competitions, or industry events. But of course, there's no point in making a video on your incredibly irresistible idea if no one is going to click it, which is why I always start with the video's packaging before the production. Now, packaging isn't just about throwing together a thumbnail and title idea, it's basically about creating an irresistible invitation. So think of YouTube as more like Netflix rather than Google. Most people aren't here to search, they're here to browse. And your mission really is to stop the scroll and make viewers feel like they have to click. How? Well, by mastering the 4 C's framework. So let's have a look at it. Curiosity is your secret power. It's the fundamental element that makes YouTube work. It makes viewers feel like they need an answer. Now the trick is in creating a curiosity gap. This is where you tease people just enough to hook them in, but without giving the full story away. So when creating concepts for your packaging, ask yourself, does the packaging pose a question viewers must have answered? Does it tap into FOMO, like fear of missing out, or create tension, fear, or regret? Now, triggering an emotion is one of the most powerful ways that you can get people to click your video. And you can also ask, does it create a strong desire to want something? Now, here's an example for the travel niche. The title could be "The One Place in Europe You Should Never Visit." The thumbnail could be a beautiful location with a bold red X over it. The reason this works is because it triggers fear, intrigue, and FOMO all at once. Why is this place so bad? Have I ever heard of it? The second C is clarity. Simply put, a confused viewer won't click. You've only got 1.8 seconds to make your video concept crystal clear. So your packaging must answer 2 questions immediately. The first one is, what's this video about? And the second one is, why should I care? Now when you're coming up with concepts for your title and your thumbnail, think about how you can make it as simple but intriguing as possible. I found that titles under 60 characters tend to work well because it helps you to cram your idea into a few words, but it also makes sure that your title is visible across different areas on YouTube too. But another thing to bear in mind is that cluttered thumbnails can distract instead of attract viewers. So keep them clean and focused to avoid any confusion. Now you obviously only have 1.8 seconds to grab people's attention, so the easier and simpler it is to understand your packaging, the better, because people can process it much quicker, which means they can think about whether they want to watch a video in a much quicker amount of time. Now here are some more examples for a couple of other niches. In the cooking niche, a bad title would be "My Baking Experience," which is too vague, but a good title could be "How to Bake Perfect Bread Every Time." It's clear, specific, and promises a result. Or in the tech niche, a bad title would be "Cool New Gadget I Bought After Buying 4 Others." It's long-winded and unappealing. But a good title would be "Top 5 Gadgets You Need in 2025. It's direct and enticing, sparking curiosity about must-have items. But without trust, viewers simply won't click, so your packaging basically needs to say, this is why this video is worth your time. So here's how to establish credibility in your packaging, which is the third C. Now the first way is through social proof. Numbers and results can show how your advice works. For example, in the fitness niche, a title like "I lost 20 pounds in 30 days will be a good way of using social proof. Or in the gardening niche, a title like "5x your garden yield this summer" is another way of using social proof. Now these specifics tell viewers that this isn't theory, it's already been proven. You can also increase credibility with authority. To increase the authority of your video, you could include recognizable elements like a popular product, your own face for relatability, or a hero in your niche. Authority is basically just making your audience think this person knows what they're talking about. Thirdly, you can show evidence in your packaging by using visual proof like graphs or screenshots. For example, in the passive income niche, a thumbnail with a chart of big monthly earnings could work well. Now, the reason this works is because credibility turns doubt into trust, and trust is what gets the click. Now, the fourth C is contrast, and this is what's going to help you to stand out with design. With over 3.7 million videos uploaded to YouTube daily, your packaging must demand attention. So there are a few ways that you can do this. The first way is by using bold, contrasting colours. Bright and high contrasting colours help to grab attention fast. So I'd recommend sticking to 2 or 3 bold colours that pop off the screen. Also, brighter thumbnails tend to outperform darker thumbnails because they're more eye-catching. But bear in mind that this isn't the same for every niche. The second thing you can do is add pattern interrupts. Your goal here is basically to break what's expected. You can use surprising elements in your thumbnail like an unusual pose or exaggerated expressions. You can have an overly simple thumbnail, or you can have visuals that viewers aren't used to seeing in your niche. Now, I'd suggest borrowing design ideas from outside of your niche for packaging inspiration. For example, a travel vlogger could take inspiration from gaming thumbnails. Now, this method works well as a pattern interrupt because most people that are into watching travel vloggers aren't necessarily used to intriguing thumbnail ideas from the gaming niche. So when they see this new design or thumbnail come up in their feed for a travel vlogger, then it's going to work as a pattern interrupt because it's different from the norm. Now, thirdly, you want to keep it simple. Sometimes under-designed thumbnails win big. Even creators like Mr. Beast uses under-designed thumbnails as part of his strategy on his Beast Gaming channel. Now, the reason these work is because they feel relatable, raw and authentic, which are underdog qualities that viewers subconsciously connect with and subconsciously root for. But basically, simplicity plus intrigue is what sells on YouTube, because you only have 1.8 seconds to get people to click. That's why videos with fewer elements in their thumbnails often perform really well, as long as the video itself is good quality. Now, the fourth thing is to preview before you publish. Your packaging can make or break your video's success, so I'm begging you, please don't leave it to chance. You want to test that your packaging actually works before uploading it to a video. So step 1 is to preview your packaging. You can use tools like Thumbs Up TV to preview how your thumbnail and title will look in YouTube feeds. Then you can do 2 other tests that I like to do. The first one is the blink test. Basically, close your eyes, open them very quickly and then close them again. Then ask yourself if you clearly understand what's happening in the thumbnail. Now, the second test that I like to do is the zoom test. This is where you shrink your thumbnail down to its smallest size and check if you can still understand what's happening. Most viewers will see your packaging on different types of devices, so understanding how your packaging looks at different sizes is so important. Step 2 is to apply the gains framework. It basically helps to improve the chances of getting more clicks. G stands for gripping. Does it spark curiosity or create an emotional pull that demands attention? A is for achievable. Does it promise something realistic and doable that viewers will want to learn or gain? I stands for innovative. Does it feel fresh, offering something they haven't seen tens or hundreds of times before? N stands for necessary. Does it feel essential to the viewer, reassuring them that their time won't be wasted if they watch the video? And S stands for story. Does your thumbnail and title hint at a compelling story, making the viewer eager to find out more? But creating a title and thumbnail doesn't have to feel overwhelming, so here's a simple 5-step process to help make your packaging stand out. Firstly, you can brainstorm 10 to 20 titles. This is where you focus on curiosity and clarity. Secondly, sketch 3 thumbnail concepts and align them with your video idea. These don't have to be perfect, a quick sketch will be fine. Thirdly, refine and design using the 4C framework. This is where you implement curiosity, clarity, credibility and contrast. The fourth thing is to preview and test, and finally you want to check it against the gains framework. Now here's the key, 90% of a thumbnail and title success comes from the psychology of the packaging, not the design of the packaging. It's about how well you understand your audience's wants, needs and desires. When you nail that, the clicks will follow. Now, if you're finding the information that I've given you so far in this video really valuable, imagine what we could do on a one-to-one session. Well, I'm actually offering a free 20-minute strategy call to give you tailored advice for your YouTube channel. Whether it's about packaging, strategy or growth, the goal of this call is to help you find solutions to your biggest problems. And it's completely free. Just click the link in the description to book your spot. But one of the most effective YouTube growth strategies is overlooked because it seems lazy. Now, big creators know that constantly chasing untested ideas is risky and unpredictable. Instead, they rely on one of the laziest ways to get more views on YouTube that focuses on what's proven by refining and expanding on successful content. Now, here's why doubling down works. If you've been uploading videos to YouTube for a while, then you already have a goldmine of data that's waiting to be used. And the biggest creators in every niche capitalize on this by building on their top performing videos. And it works because these videos are already tapping into topics that their audience already cares about. For example, in the cooking niche, a viral video like how to make perfect pancakes could lead to 3 pancake hacks you'll wish you knew sooner, or I tried viral pancake recipes, here's what happened. Or in the fitness niche, a hit video like Beginner's Guide to Losing Belly Fat might inspire future videos like Lose Belly Fat Faster with these 5 foods, or 30-day belly fat challenge in brackets results. So here's how to identify winning ideas. The first one is to analyse your analytics. You want to look for videos with high views, strong click-through rate and solid audience retention. And secondly, you ask why they succeeded. Was it the topic, the thumbnail, the title, or the timing that it was released? Did the intro hook viewers? Was the storytelling or script structure particularly engaging? Now, the other thing you can do is that if you don't have enough data, maybe you've not uploaded a load of videos to YouTube in the past, you can just borrow inspiration by studying successful videos in your niche. So you want to look for common themes in the packaging, storytelling, video structure, then apply those ideas to your content. Just remake the video based on what worked and improving what didn't. Now, if you're worried about things getting repetitive, then don't worry, because most viewers won't have seen all your videos, and most viewers won't remember the exact title and thumbnail that you used on a previous successful video. So a remake of a successful video feels fresh to both new and returning viewers. And familiar topics basically serve as a trust signal. So if it looks like something they've enjoyed before, then they'll most likely click again. And big creators use this to their advantage. Think of the trends, everyday items you're using wrong. I tried X for 30 days, here's what happened. Top 10 X you need right now. And I'm age, if you're in your age, do this. These creators aren't reinventing the wheel, they're just refining it. Now, the key is balance. Doubling down makes sure that you get consistent growth, but experimenting helps to keep your channel fresh. For example, my video titled "YouTube is now in easy mode, anyone can blow up" was a bold experiment with unique packaging that hadn't really been done before, and it paid off big. But the downside is that constant experimentation can lead to inconsistency. So that's why I now follow a rough 70-30 rule. 70% of my content builds on proven ideas, while 30% tests new ones. So there are 4 key things you can do when optimizing your content. The first is to turn hit videos into a series. For example, a tech creator could turn top 5 gadgets of year into an annual series, and a beauty creator could follow best products for clear skin with worst products for clear skin. Secondly, you can repackage hit videos with a twist. This is where you basically just update the title and the thumbnail of a previous high performing video, but maybe you just update a word or 2 in the title and an element or 2 in the thumbnail. And thirdly, you can follow the 70-30 rule. This just basically makes sure that your channel growth remains stable while keeping things fresh. And the fourth thing you can do is track viewer behavior. So this is basically where you can track things like click-through rate and audience retention to decide what it is from the previous high-performing video that you're going to keep. If your click-through rate is high, then you'll want to keep a similar concept in your packaging. If your retention was high, then you want to keep a similar style, flow and edit of your video. But when you're tracking your retention, see where the little dips are, see where people skip, and then you can decide what to keep in and what to remove. But now that you know browse is king and SEO isn't the game changer that you once thought, it's time to start making videos for browse. But if you want to make them at least 70% faster than most creators, then click right here. I'll show you how to speed up your process, streamline your workflow, and adopt the mindsets that are going to set you up for massive success on YouTube this year. But actually, if you're serious about growing on YouTube, then don't click this video. Instead, book that free call, because genuinely, I want to help you.